the hardest and worst paid jobs in the world.
Some of the hardest, most dangerous, and lowest paid jobs in the world are found in Dhaka, the most densely populated city on the planet, where there are so many people that hiring a man for a day is common. It's cheaper than buying a six-pack of beer. These workers are paid approximately $7 per day. They work 8 to 10 hours a day. Some even work up to 18 hours a day, using their physical strength to earn as little as $6. For this reason, machines are not used for construction or road work. In this country, it is cheaper to hire humans than to rent machines. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. I hope you're all doing great. Friends.
Yo, that's what them billionaires be doing, bro. All the people, all them rich motherfuckers that got a lot of money be having people do they stuff so they won't have to spend more money on machines. You can't lie, that's smart. It's so smart. But $7 though, that's dang.
Today, we are in the 5th most densely populated country on Earth. We are in Bangladesh, a country that ranks just behind nations.
I ain't never going to Bangladesh. I'm not going there.
Like Singapore and Monaco. This means that among large countries, this is the most densely populated.
Whoa, why you checking him like that with the Gucci on though? With the Gucci, oh shit! Why you checking my man though like that?
Physical strength to earn as little as $6.
Yo, why you checking him like that?
For this reason, machines are not used for construction or road work. In this country, it is cheaper to hire humans than to rent machines.
I went way too
Good
far
morning,
back.
afternoon, or evening. I hope you're all doing great. Friends, today we are in the 5th most densely populated country on Earth. We are in Bangladesh, a country that ranks just behind nations like Singapore and Monaco. This means that among large countries, this is the most densely populated in the world.
Why?
Here, in a territory of
He ain't never seen no shit like that. He ain't never seen no shit like that.
147,000 square kilometers, about 3 times the size of Costa Rica and nearly the size of Nicaragua. There aren't just 5 million people like in Costa Rica or 7 million like in Nicaragua. Here, 170 million people live. Everywhere you look, there are people. And as an extra fact, we are in Dhaka, the country's capital and the most densely populated city in the world. In an area like this, it is estimated that there are approximately 150,000 people per square kilometer. This extreme overpopulation has led to an unimaginable and cruel
Who got her smiling like that?
problem.
Who told her
With so
she
many
looked
men
cute?
willing to work, machines are considered an unnecessary luxury. Companies and the government prefer to hire hundreds of workers rather than rent a machine because it is cheaper to pay a man for a week than to rent a machine for a day.
All right.
For this reason, the streets of Dhaka are built with picks and shovels instead of drills, and workers carry tons of materials on their backs instead of using forklifts. Even places like Dubai have imported workers from Bangladesh to build their...
God, I can't wait to go to Dubai one day. I heard you can just leave your car open over there. Like, dang, I heard you can just leave. You can just leave whatever. You can just leave anything. Your prized possession. Just in the middle of the street. It might be there when you get back. Hey, man, it probably smells so good over here.
Incredible skyscrapers. One of the major problems caused by extreme overpopulation, which very few people talk about, is the lack of jobs. There are so many people that the job market is oversaturated, making it nearly impossible to find work. On top of that,
That shit like Twitch streaming in 2025.
The overpopulation issue in this city isn't due to a high birth rate. It's
Did he just hit the Sui?
The overpopulation issue in this city isn't due to a high birth rate. It's not that there are a ton of babies being born every year. In fact, the birth rate is relatively low. Instead, about 700,000 people migrate from rural areas of Bangladesh to Dhaka every year. This makes things even worse because it becomes harder to find a job, and housing becomes more expensive. For example, imagine that in your town or city, there are 10 taxi drivers covering the entire area and 3 barbers. Now imagine that suddenly, 500 taxi drivers and 300 barbers arrive. The only way to compete is by drastically lowering prices, and even then, some people will still be left without work.
Right.
This is what happens in this city. That's why, on every corner, you see groups of people waiting for their chance, waiting for their moment to work, making labor extremely cheap. This is why DACA
Damn, they ready to do whatever. Think about it, cause he basically saying that they just waiting on you to offer them a job. Like, but they don't even know what the job might be. They just want the opportunity to make some money.
is cruelly called the City of Machines because men here are said to work like
And I swear to God, I thought about calling off yesterday. Dead serious. Dead serious. I thought about calling off so hard yesterday.
machines, working
begging
12
to
to
work.
18 hours a day for an absurdly low wage. In the end, hiring people is cheaper than using machines for almost everything. Right now, we are looking at a building under construction that will be 7 stories tall. It's massive, and it's incredible to see how the foundations, which will be buried maybe 20 or 30 meters.
I ain't trying to be disrespectful to none of y'all building this, but that shit gonna fall down. I don't trust this building. What are instructions at? None of these people got no instructions. Like, ain't no blueprints not to be found. Ain't no cranes. It's literally hands. Hands and these sticks. Hands, sticks, and then submit.
Underground are being dug by men. There's no machinery involved, as is common in most large
How they know what they
construction
doing?
projects,
They went to school?
because it's much cheaper to pay men to do the work than to bring in an excavator, for example. These workers are paid approximately $7 per day, working 8
Oh God, $7 a day. They not trying that hard. They just trying to go ahead and throw some rocks around for, 12 hours to get they $7.
to 10 hours daily. The men overseeing the construction are likely supervisors or foremen. What I find shocking is that this boy in pink looks underage to me,
Right.
as does the one in blue. Hello, hello. Yes, definitely. Hello. He must be underage, and he's already working in construction. With so many people, space is scarce, and rent prices are high. Opening a shop is
I think at 15, 16, you should be able to work. You should be able to go ahead and go to work, bro. So even if it's construction, it depends on what you're building. To a 7-story building, nah. With no
nearly
instructions,
impossible.
nah.
That's why the streets turn into makeshift workshops. This is where shoemakers work, where electricians repair appliances on street corners, and where vendors set up shop even under parked trucks just to have a place to work and sell. Every square inch of land here is owned by someone. For example, it's not uncommon to find a barber working right on the edge of the street. He tells us that a haircut like this can cost 50 cents.
I can't have him cutting my shit. I can't. I need to see the barber. I need to see the barber complete school completion. I need to see something. I need to see some award. I can't do it. Look at the bricks of the top, and then you got the blade. The blade, bro. Like, I couldn't do it. The way he was caressing his head too, bro.
Street. He tells us that a haircut like this can cost 50 cents, and a full cut, including
And we in Bangladesh. What you used to wipe your butt last night? And we in Bangladesh, bro. I think I'm gonna just have to look chopped in Bangladesh. I don't know if I can get a haircut.
beard trimming costs 80 cents. You can even find doctors on the street. He tells us that he earns approximately $120 a month.
No, that's not good. That's not good. $120 a month is crazy. But I'm just saying the fact that there's doctors, like, I can never find a doctor. I don't know where the doctors be at. Even when I go to the doctor, for some reason he taking an hour to get ready for me when I've already made an appointment for 10 o'clock. For some reason I came here at 9:45. My appointment was at 10 o'clock. I don't see the doctor until fucking 10:30. Tell me, where the hell are the doctors at? At least right here you can find a doctor just on the block,
Working here on the sidewalk. And he doesn't just do things like measure blood pressure. He even conducts blood sugar tests and provides initial treatments for diabetics.
See, he actually
blood
want to help.
test costs about $1, and this analysis to check my blood pressure costs around 20 cents. Okay? We're good. Our blood pressure is like new. For example, on this side of the river, we find someone selling street food. Over here, someone is selling tea. In another small space, someone is selling homemade bread. And if we keep walking toward the riverbank, we find someone who has a small market, thank God, because I need some water. Salam alaikum, Costa Rica. Yes, thank you. Bangladesh, beautiful country. There's even a mechanic shop here by the riverbank. These men have set up a bicycle repair shop right on the edge. Look at all the customers they have. Here's another one fixing a bike, and look at all the ones in line. And back there, the river. The official minimum wage in Bangladesh is 12 takas, 15,500 takas per month, approximately $100, meaning that a large part of the population lives on $3.3 a day or less.
Right.
One of the hardest, most dangerous, and worst paid jobs in Bangladesh can be found here, on the banks of the Buriganga River. This is one of the toughest jobs in the city. These workers are responsible for repairing or dismantling ships, depending on their condition. Ships arrive, they are placed here, and if they are completely unusable, they are taken apart piece by piece.
Wow.
All the iron is removed to be reused for construction. They sell the propellers, they sell everything separately. Or, if the ship can still be used, they repair it and put it back in the water.
Dang,
This job is in high
boats.
demand because this port here is the port of the largest river in all of Southeast Asia. So, many people dedicate themselves to different tasks, from the lowest jobs like sanding or painting ships, to even underwater welding, which is a very specialized job requiring different machinery and other complexities.
My name is Kabjul. I have been working in this shipyard for 30 years. I feel happy with my job. I work 8 hours a day and earn $6 a day. I'm very happy with my work, and there is nothing I would like to change about it or my life.
One of the most impressive things about this interview is that I asked him what the worst part of this job is, and he said there is no worst part. He loves this job. You have no problems?
He found his passion. Bro, he found his passion, bro.
No problem? You love it?
I love this job.
Amazing. People do their jobs happily. This is truly impressive. I don't know how many times I've said this today, but workers here in Bangladesh, it's no wonder they are called machines. Look at how they work without any kind of safety measures. Just look here. These guys are hanging with some makeshift setup. They don't have ladders. They don't have scaffolding. They don't wear harnesses. In factories, they work without anything to filter plastic fumes. Of course, this is part of something very cruel. In a way, the fact that there are no regulations, no laws providing them with certain guarantees, is very harsh. But they work like machines. Look at everyone here, working and repairing ships, and no one complains. Out of all the people we've interviewed today, they all say it's fun, that their job is fun.
My name is Muhammad Masudillah. I have been working at this port for 6 months. I work 8 hours a day and earn $4 a day. Most of the time I work with a hammer. Every time I hit the ship, it makes a very loud noise, and this can damage my hearing. That is the worst part of my job.
This job we are about to see sometimes requires up to 18
can't
hours
hear.
of non-stop work. What they do here is take apart pieces from dismantled ships, like this propeller, for example, which is broken and no longer works. They have to take it, put it into a furnace, which, in fact, is currently boiling. And there's no kind of safety here. No, nothing indicates anything.
Fuck they got down there? Lava or something? How is it burning? What is a furnace?
People don't wear masks. They don't wear anything. Here, they melt the propeller and turn it into liquid metal. Then,
So they
inside
melt
here,
it?
there's a guy in charge of digging out the shape of the propeller, like the one we can see in the back. Once the shape is ready, they pour the liquid metal, or this liquid material, so that the propeller comes out new, completely repaired. Sometimes they work up to 15, 16, 18 hours, depending on demand, and they earn $130 a month. Approximately 75,000 colones. Among everything we've seen, we haven't even mentioned the overwhelming amount of trash generated by this extreme
Oh
overpopulation.
my god, we already knew
Just
about
look at what we
Bangladesh.
have here.
Look at this shit.
In the background,
Oh
the
my.
Buriganga River, one of the most polluted rivers on the entire planet, one of the few that has already died biologically due to pollution. And on top of that, Bangladesh is the most polluted country on Earth.
Who dog eating
That's
that?
something we'll explore further in a full video. So subscribe and show this content a lot of love if you like it. It's quite difficult to come all the way here. One of the most oversaturated jobs is that of freight transporters. Usually, people who didn't study or didn't have the opportunity to learn anything end up doing this type of work. However, they are an essential part of the city's transportation and logistics system. Many work transporting raw materials to small plastic factories.
My name is Bello Halshin. I work as a porter. I work 12 to 14 hours a day and earn between 12 to $15 daily.
Okay, so you make the money.
Some simply transport whatever they are asked to.
My name is Abdul Malik. I work in a garment factory. I work 10 to 12 hours a day and earn between $8 and $9 daily. I feel very happy with my lifestyle.
Others transport loads of up to 1 ton.
My name is Shalom. I've worked for 30 years with no set hours, sometimes 10 to 12 a day. I earn $18 to $20 daily.
Man, he digging in his nose. I bet all they breath stink, bro. And they can't even do nothing about it. I bet all they breath stink.
And pay my assistant. I love my job and hope to do it for life.
This makes no sense. Look at the load this porter is carrying. It's as if he were a truck. These are the people who pull.
That's how we thought Santa Claus. That's how we thought Santa Claus was riding around with his sleigh on, bro. He did.
Carts here in Bangladesh. And look at the size of the cart and the load. The load this man is carrying is so large that it has collapsed traffic. In fact, look, people are yelling. Everyone is angry with him because the load is hitting things as he moves and he can't pass. On top of that, people still throw themselves into the street, making things worse. What we're about to see.
I would be so mad, bro, and I bet it's so hot. Like, bro, if I'm pulling this already and then I hear y'all beeping and all types of shit instead of helping, I'ma crash out. And it's hot, and your breath stink. Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Breaks my heart. Because this entire problem even affects children. We're about to enter a plastic factory, and even with a mask on, I can feel the plastic on my face. It's entering through my nose. And here, we find a child who might be around 10 years old. His job is to grab the plastic pieces coming out of this machine, take them out, and polish them without any kind of protection, not even a mask. And behind him, they are also making plastic lids. This is a factory owned by...
Give him the mask, gang. You got a mask on, give him your mask.
Someone who hires these workers. And for example, the child, who we don't even know if he's telling the truth, earns approximately $70 a month, working 6 to 8 hours a day.
So he's 10 years old, making more money than you. Making more than money than your ass over here disliking my goddamn videos. That's tough. Think about that. Next time you put a dislike on my video, think about that. This kid in Bangladesh, 10 years old, he make more money a month than you. For dislike, you dislike videos. He make money.
Earns approximately $70 a month, working 6 to 8 hours a day here. In Dhaka, while some work up to 18 hours a day for miserable wages, there are others who don't even have access to a job.
Why she doing that? Why she eating that shit like that? Look at he know she a eater. Yeah, she a eater. You can tell. You can see a eater from. You can tell.
Today for miserable wages.
The way they eat, you can tell.
There are others who don't even have access to a job.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She.
The Hijra are a transgender community recognized as the third official gender in Bangladesh. And here, there are no opportunities.
It can be a lot of food.
They have to survive by begging on the streets and selling their bodies. People commonly feel the need to give them money because of the situation they live in. Due to the lack of space and rising housing prices, many people sleep in their workplaces, in trucks, in carts, under staircases. Those who manage to afford an apartment must live overcrowded in very small rooms, or some even live under bridges.
My name is Mr.
Is that a baby? Oh my gosh. That's a baby.
Farouk. I have lived here for 30 years. I live here because I don't have the money for an apartment.
Why your baby look so fake?
And haven't been able to find a job. So I stay here. It's very difficult to live with 25 people here during the rainy season. The mosquitoes have been a huge problem, and living here has been difficult because of the dirt and all the trash.
Oh my God, mosquitoes flying in the baby's mouth. No.
We are suffering here, but we cannot afford to live in an apartment.
Due to extreme overpopulation, hospitals are overwhelmed. This hospital behind me is a public hospital in Bangladesh, and it's estimated that there are only 5 doctors per every 10.
USA would never. a public hospital. This ain't the resident, baby.
Hospital in Bangladesh, and it's estimated that there are only 5 doctors per every 10,000 people.
Right? Isn't that the
On
one
top
that
of
has the free one? I gotta
private
check now.
hospitals are inaccessible. They are unaffordable for most of the population.
Which one had the public hospital? New Hampshire? It was New Hampshire. It was New Hampshire. It was New Hampshire, bro.
I visited chaotic and overcrowded places, but never
Amsterdam.
in my
Fuck.
life have I
I'm
seen
tweaking.
anything
New
like
Amsterdam.
this.
It was
Look,
one of them
the
TV
traffic
shows.
doesn't move. Sometimes people can't even walk because traffic blocks this small pedestrian path. If I want to cross, I have to climb over a public transport vehicle.
Yeah.
And when a car tries to
New
pass,
Amsterdam. New
everything
Amsterdam was pretty good.
collapses. That's what I mean. When a car comes
This ain't New Amsterdam, baby. I
through,
gotta say it.
everyone has to squeeze to the sides to let it pass. People tap on the car, warning the driver to be careful, but no one gets mad. I'm the only one completely shocked. For them, it's normal, just part of daily life.
You probably get your toes ran over hella times in this place, bro. I swear to God. Toes be fucking flat as fuck. Like,
People
because you
tap
so-
on the car,
Look at you
warning
right at
the
the
driver
car.
to be careful, but no one gets mad. I'm the only one completely shocked. For them, it's normal,
Bro, who
just
be
part
cutting
of
y'all
daily
beards
life.
like that, bro? Who be
Friends,
dying y'all shit like
markets in this
that,
part of
man?
the world are insane, especially here in Bangladesh. These are the cheap butcher shops where most people buy chicken, fish, and shrimp because supermarkets are expensive,
Oh, that's where
only
they
for
cut
the
the
wealthy.
heads.
So here is where you
That
find
fish
meat,
alive.
vegetables, and even live animals for sale. Interestingly,
Who
in
cat
most
is
markets
that?
like this that I visited, the smell is usually so strong that you'd want to run away, but not here. Honestly, it feels like a relatively clean market. They sell chicken here for $2.50. That's
Damn.
1,250 colones per kilo. And
That's
something
honestly a lot for their economy, I ain't gonna lie.
really curious. They have pigeons. At first, I thought they were selling them for food. I asked how much they cost, but they told me no, they're pets. In Islam, or at least here in Bangladesh, pigeons are believed to bring good luck. So, some businesses keep pigeons as pets. What you're seeing behind me right now is a fruit and vegetable auction. They're unloading a container, and people are placing bids. All these people
Who gave them oranges? Cause I know they ain't growing. Who gave them oranges? Who gave them oranges? Why I feel like y'all did some pirate shit. Y'all went on y'all boat. Y'all went out and y'all robbed the orange boat. You stole it. And now you coming over here with your oranges and you charging people for the food. Why I feel like you doing that, Mr. Bangladesh, sir? Cause who gave you the oranges? Why are they in the crate? Cause I know you can't make no oranges with that goddamn trash everywhere. Where you make them at?
unloading a container, and people are placing bids. All these people standing on the side of the road, there's barely any space. Look at how things get when trucks pass by. Everyone is bidding on the produce the sellers are offering. This is a wholesale market. It's insane. At first glance, the streets of Bangladesh have a very shady business going on. You see thousands of these little cards scattered on the ground. And from what I've been told, if you call, you can get anything, from an escort to drugs of all kinds. And you might wonder, if these cards are everywhere with phone
Bro, I don't think I would want one from out there though, cause she ain't take no showers. I feel like she just, and then she been with like, I'm like the 7th person she probably fucking today, bro. She's bro, I couldn't do the escort stuff over there, especially in Bangladesh.
numbers, why doesn't the police do anything?
Not
Well,
even for
it's because these are big criminal organizations
$1 million?
that bribe the police, and that's how this kind of business operates. Here in this country, the wind is starting to blow because the monsoon season is about to begin in Bangladesh, bringing total chaos. When the wind blows, the dust becomes unbearable. It gets in your eyes, your throat, your nose. You can't breathe.
your esophagus.
I don't know if you can see it, but all that haze is pollution and dust. This is something I never imagined witnessing. And now I'm seeing an electrician fixing a power issue in the middle of this tangled mess of electrical cables that cover the
What?
city.
Who did
Well,
that?
my friends, this is where today's incredible and shocking video ends. Tell me below, what did you think about everything we saw?
W video, man. You make good videos out there.